In Buddhism, there is a big idea called impermanence. Impermanence means that everything changes. Just like how the weather changes from sunny to rainy, our lives change too. Sometimes we feel happy and sometimes we feel sad. Understanding impermanence can help us feel calm and peaceful, even when things are tough. Let me tell you a story about a farmer who lived in a small village. One day, his only horse ran away into the mountains. The villagers were worried and said, "What terrible luck." But the farmer replied, "Maybe." The next day, the horse came back with another wild horse. The villagers were happy and said, "What great luck." But the farmer just said, "Maybe." Then something bad happened. The farmer's son tried to tame the new horse, but he ended up breaking his leg. The villagers were upset and said, "What terrible luck." But the farmer replied, "Maybe." Later on, there was a war and all the young men were taken away to fight. But the farmer's son couldn't go because of his broken leg. The villagers were relieved and said, "What great luck." And the farmer smiled and said, "Maybe." This story teaches us something important about life. Sometimes things seem good and sometimes they seem bad, but we can't always know what will happen next. Just like the farmer, we need to stay calm and accept whatever comes our way. This is what impermanence teaches us, that everything changes, and we must learn to go with the flow. Imagine the cycle of the seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Each season brings its own beauty and challenges. In spring, flowers bloom, and everything feels fresh and new. But then comes summer with its heat and long days go. Autumn follows with leaves falling and temperatures dropping. Finally, winter arrives, bringing cold and darkness. Our lives are like this too, always changing and moving in cycles. Sometimes we feel happy and full of energy, like in spring and summer. Other times, we feel sad or tired, like in autumn and winter. But just as each season passes, so do our feelings and experiences. Understanding this cycle can help us appreciate the good times and stay strong during the tough times. So, how can we find peace in impermanence? One way is to let go of our attachments. Attachments are things we hold on to tightly, like wanting things to always stay the same or never wanting them to end. But when we understand that everything changes, we can learn to let go and go with the flow. Another way is to live in the present moment. Instead of worrying about the past or the future, we can focus on what's happening right now. This can help us feel more grounded and less anxious about what's to come. Finally, we can practice acceptance. Acceptance means acknowledging things as they are, even if we don't like them. When we accept impermanence, we can let go of our need for control and find peace in whatever life brings. We can see impermanence everywhere in nature, in our relationships, and even in ourselves. Flowers bloom and then wither away. Friends come and go. And our bodies change as we grow older. Instead of resisting these changes, we can learn to embrace them. We can appreciate the beauty of a flower in bloom, knowing that it won't last forever. We can cherish the time we spend with loved ones, knowing that it's precious and fleeting. And we can accept the changes in our bodies, knowing that they're a natural part of life. Impermanence is a big idea, but it's also a simple one. Everything changes: the good and the bad, the happy and the sad. By embracing impermanence, we can learn to let go of our attachments, live in the present moment, and find peace in whatever life brings. So, let's take a lesson from the farmer and smile. knowing that maybe, just maybe, everything will be okay in the end.